Cole Caufield has been on a complete rampage since about February of last season. He's been scoring goals at the same rate as some of the top players in the NHL, and since the very beginning of this season, he's looked even better. He looks more engaged, he seems like he's playing with a lot more confidence with and without the puck, and I know I can't speak for everybody, but he's one of the most exciting players the Canadians have had up front in a long time. And this is exactly why his next contract is so important, okay? They need to keep this guy and they need to lock him up for a long time. So in today's video, this is the topic that I'm going to be focusing on, and I'm going to take a stab, okay? I'm going to try and pinpoint just how much money Cole Caufield's going to get when they decide to cross the T's, dot the I's, and eat the Oreos. Now, speaking of Oreos and a guy that definitely dunks his, I want you to focus your attention on Jeffrey Gorton. Gorton was on the Sick podcast with Marinero a couple weeks back, and when he was asked about Caulfield's upcoming contract, Gorton pretty much told Habs fans to calm down, okay? Take a break. Don't have a tantrum just yet, because Caulfield's contract is going to get done, okay? It's on my to-do list, and Caulfield's going to be a Montreal Canadian for a long time. And it sounds promising. Gorton's got it all figured out. He's aware of just how important Cole Caufield is to everybody right now, because he's a beauty. But the two biggest questions of all that Canadians fans have right now are: one, when will the contract be finalized? And two, how much money are we talking here? Now, as for when, recently, Pat Brisson, who is Caulfield's agent, he sat down with our boy Pierre LeBrun and gave an interview, and guess what? He did shed some light on the whole Caulfield contract situation. Brisson would say, quote, "Jeff Gorton came out a few weeks ago and said that we're having conversations. Yes, we've started having some conversations, and it's very preliminary. There's no timeline as far as we're concerned. I talked to Kent Hughes the other day. We'll see how it goes. But we are having conversations about a contract extension." You see, Brisson, he sees the way things are going. He knows how good Caulfield's playing. He doesn't care. The more he waits, and the better Caulfield plays, the harder these numbers are going to go. But again, as for a timeline, if you're reading between the lines here, I don't necessarily see a deal being made in the near future, okay? It sounds like they're at the very beginning of the negotiation. They're at the early stages. I call them the shooting shit stages. Hughes is probably FaceTiming Caulfield and his agent. He's like, "Hey, listen kid, I'll give you whatever's in this colorful little red box here, okay? Caulfield, the little red box and all its contents inside can be yours. Oh yes, and I'll also throw in this stick right here just to reach things out of the top cupboard, along with about $10. And as tempting as this may all sound to us viewers, Pat Brisson, no, he's smarter than that, and he's going to try and steer Cole Caufield in another direction. But you gotta admit, okay, with Kent Hughes being an ex-player agent, this is going to be the clash of the Titans this deal, and the Montreal Canadiens, they've got an advantage. Kent Hughes knows what to expect. Now, as for a specific amount of money that I think he's going to get, I mean, I've read a lot of people's comments online, and they're saying that there's no way Caulfield is going to make more than Suzuki. It's not happening. Well, as for me, I don't know. I personally wouldn't be so quick to say that it's not going to happen, because these guys are two different players. Okay, two very different cases, signed during two very different times. Caulfield so far this season has 13 goals, he's got 9 assists, giving him 22 points in just 23 games. The guy's on pace for like 46 goals this season. Is he going to keep up this kind of production? Well, I kind of doubt it. He's going to have his ups and downs. But one thing's for certain, he is going to score a lot of goals, and he's going to put up a lot of points. And the more time that goes by, like I mentioned earlier, the more money this guy could potentially demand. Now, the Dallas Stars recently just signed Roop Hintz, I guess his name is, to a long-term contract. Again, two very different cases. Two different players, but last season for the Dallas Stars, Hintz scored 37 goals and put up over 70 points. Then we fast forward to this season, and this happened. Our boy Hintz just cashed in on a pretty big deal that's gonna pay him an average of $8.45 million per season over the next 8 years. So that's what this kind of production got this particular player. Now, if I had to guess a ballpark estimate for a guy like Cole Caufield right now, I think he's going to get anywhere from 7.5 to 8.5. Okay, but I'm kind of leaning more towards the higher side of this. Ideally, maybe like $8 million over the next 8 years. That's what I'm thinking. Now, I could be way off. But if this is the amount of money that Caulfield receives, then in my opinion, it's not the end of the world, okay? Look at the Toronto Maple Leafs, for example. The Leafs have like $1 billion wrapped up in a few guys that wouldn't win an elimination game of checkers against Stevie Ray Wonder. So having two players like Suzuki and Caulfield that are about to enter the prime of their career, wrapped up for many years for this kind of money, is not a bad situation at all. The cap keeps going up, guys. And so does Suzuki's and Caulfield's numbers. So I say, get her done. Get it over with. And that does it for today's video. Now, if you're still watching and you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, give it a kick in the guts, guys. Because listen, we're only about 93,096 subscribers away right now to 100,000. Jeez, that's close. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on Caulfield and his upcoming payday in the comment section. Also, don't forget to dump the piss bucket over the like button. And hey, I'll see you next time.